Hello everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another cross stitching video. In this video, there's actually going to be like very little cross stitch progress to show, and this is going to be like a recap of what I did on vacation because I am currently back from my vacation. I went to Las Vegas and had a great time, and I have a video, I still haven't even edited it yet, and it was me prepping for the trip where I was getting all these things ready. I was getting knitting projects ready, I was getting cross stitch stuff ready, and I did very little actual crafting, but I will show you the small amount that I did do. I will also show you purchases, and I will talk about what I'm going to do, I think, in the next week for my crafting. So this is my bag that I had all of my stuff in. This is from a knitting store in Seattle. It's called, what is it called? Acorn Street Shop, and this is what I put everything into. So I have my knitting in here, I have cross stitch projects that I wanted to start, and I also have a bag of purchases because I went to Stitcher's Paradise, which is in Las Vegas. So we're gonna start off first with project bags. We're just gonna unpack the bag, see what's in here. So the first one in here is, I can't remember what this chart is even called. It is from a cross stitching book called Fantasy Cross Stitch. I'll just go grab the book. The book is called Fantasy Cross Stitch by Needle-Lot Designs, and I was going to be starting the chart, I think it's called Enchanting Unicorn, which looks like this. So I had big plans. I was going to start this. My daughter really wants this done, so I will need to start it eventually, but I'll show you my fabric. My beautiful fabric has 0 stitching. I did not start this. I did not have a lot of cross stitching time. We were mostly just hanging out. There was a pool. We rented a house because I was with my whole family, and it's like 13 people, and we ended up renting a house, and it had a pool, its own pool, so we really were just like waking up in the morning, having coffee by the pool, and then my kids just wanted to swim the entire time pretty much. And so we did go to the Strip one night just to do a couple things there, but mostly we were just at the house. And then I did go to the cross stitch store, like I already mentioned. I also got a tattoo because there was a place that has $10 flash tattoos, and me and my mom and my sisters, we've always talked about like one day we're gonna get a matching tattoo, and I was like, it's $10 flash tattoos, like you just walk in and you can pick one. And so I feel like if we don't do it there, we're just never gonna end up doing it. And so we did it. It's gonna be hard to see, it's gonna be upside down. I'll post a picture. We all got a heart. So my mom and my sister got a heart, so we all have a heart on our wrist. I also got a hedgehog, which he was just adorable. I got a moon, which, like I said, hard to show right now, and then one more, a puzzle piece. So I got my first tattoos ever in Vegas, flash tattoos. And we went to a place that wasn't on the Strip because, like I said, we were not going to the Strip a lot. The Strip is crazy, insane. I've been to Vegas once before when I was younger, and it's a lot different now because that was 25 years ago, because we went for my sister's 25th wedding anniversary because she got married in Vegas 25 years ago, and we all went to her wedding in Vegas, but I was only in like 7th grade when that happened. So we went and it was a great time just hanging out with everyone. But cross stitch, so the other chart in here is Halloween Quaker by Leela's Studio, and I did start this. So this is a new start. There is nothing to show of like previous progress because I just started it, but I did the smallest amount of stitching. So here is my little start, and I decided to start in the very bottom corner, and just because I figured that would be easiest because it had like the most dense stitching there and I wouldn't have to do a lot of counting to find out where I needed to be. I am stitching this 1/1 full cross, and the fabric is from Witch's Garden Crafts on Etsy, and it is called Deadly Blooms. It's an 18 count. I didn't even mention my other fabric that I haven't started yet. This is from thesewingshop.ca. This one is called Ursula's Domain, and I think it's like a 32 count, I think. So that's the fabric of the project I haven't even started. This baby start. So yeah, that was all of my cross stitch stuff that I brought with me, was those two projects. Not a lot of progress got made, but I also had a purchase that was related to Halloween Quaker when I went to the cross stitching store, because I decided to get some of the classic Colorworks, I think is the floss that it uses. So I will also quickly show one more whip, which is my socks. I am doing vanilla socks using this yarn here that's from Knitted Wit, which is no longer in business, and this yarn is called Death to Sexism. And I had the ribbing done already on one sock, and I started doing the ribbing on my second sock. I had mentioned in the video that I still haven't edited that my plan for these socks was just to do a vanilla sock with the heel flap and turn, because I was like, I don't want to be working on a different heel when I'm with family and stuff, but I didn't get close to the heel. So I think I'm going to try out a different heel when I finally get to the heel for these socks. So I am looking forward to that. But yeah, I got almost nothing done on these socks. I got my second ribbing started, but I am not finished with it yet. So that is all the progress on the projects. That's it. That's all that I had for projects in my project bag. And then I have my bag of purchases. So me and my sister, she also cross stitches, because I have two sisters. One cross stitches, one does not. We went to Stitcher's Paradise, and it was hilarious because my brother-in-law, he dropped us off because they rented a car, and we were there like 2.5 hours, and we finally got a call from my nephew being like, we're wondering when you want to be picked up, because like we were supposed to let them know when we wanted to be picked up, and we were just spending forever in there. And so I will say that one chart that we ended up getting, I'll have to insert a picture of it because I don't have it right now, but because we're both going to stitch it. She's going to stitch it, and then after she's done stitching it, I am going to stitch it next. And we got fabric for it. And it says something like, "Dear Santa, I was better than my sister," or something. And we saw it and we just thought it was hilarious because, you know, we're sisters, and, you know, that's just, you know, hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. So the fabric I got for that is a 40 count, so hopefully I enjoy it because it's going to be very hard to see. And it's vellum from Picture This Plus Fabrics. It's a 40 count. I just liked the colors, and then we also got floss for the chart, so I will pull out the floss right now if I can get it all out. So we needed a red, and so we got Buckeye Scarlet from the Gentle Art. And it's fun because I don't normally get to use like the fancy like dyed flosses, because normally I'm always stitching like a full coverage where you have to use the specific color. So we decided to just, you know, because she also stitches a lot of full coverage, and so we just decided like we are going to pick out some fun colors. And then we got two greens. We needed two, and so we got Brethren Blue and Green Pasture. And so these are our flosses for this chart and my fabric, and yeah, we had a great time picking that out, and I will start that. I'm not sure when, but I have everything that I need for it, so that's always a good thing. And then I also got some of the classic Colorworks for the Halloween Quaker. And part of the reason why I got some of them and not others is because some of the floss you're supposed to use, you're supposed to do a blend. So one strand of one color and then one strand of another. And I am stitching it one strand over one, and so I won't have two strands. And so for anything that was supposed to be two colors together, I decided I would get the classic Colorworks so that I would still get some like variegation in the project without having to do blends, because I can't do blends. And so I got Lobster Claw, Smoke, Bamboo. The bamboo wasn't even a blend. I just really like this color of bamboo. So, and then I got Sassy Brass, fun color, and Black Coffee. So that was fun to just get to actually get some of like the fun fancy flosses and have a project to use them for. So that was my floss that I purchased. And then everything else that I purchased was fabric and some charts. And I was trying to get like smaller charts. And I think I'm actually going to start some of these soon, which kind of goes against my whole like whip down. But they're all small, and so I'm hoping that I will be able to finish them fairly quick. And it will also give me something that's more like a travel size product. Not really travel size because all the fabric I got is like linen for these. But I really just wanted some smaller things in between all of my larger pieces, you know, easier projects. So the first one I will show you is Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it's the Jolly Trio. So it's some little ornaments, and I just loved all of these. And I think I'm going to do them on this fabric that I got here, which is, it says it's a 35 count miscellaneous linen. So it's just a blue, and yeah. So I have that, which I am, like I said, excited for. I don't think I'll start this one right away just because it's Christmassy and I don't feel like I'm in the mood for Christmas. But I thought that, you know, for this coming up fall, winter, I will probably start that. I also got this one, and I don't know what fabric it's going to go on yet. Possibly this one here, which just says linen. I don't know. This was just in like bins. There was bins of like miscellaneous cuts of fabric, and so I got this one. It's a 29 count, it says. And I got this pattern here, which is a funny-ish story because, okay, one of my sisters, there are always raccoons around her house. She's always sending us pictures of raccoons. I think at one point the raccoons were actually like in her attic. And so I saw this raccoon, and I was like, it just reminded me of my sister. Plus I thought it would be a cute like Halloween fall pattern to have out. And it is called Feral and Spooky by the Stitch Crypt Cross Stitch Curiosities. It's so cute. I love it. And I think this pattern might work. I'm not sure if it's too gray though. I need to pull out the colors that the raccoon is. Otherwise, I do have some dark fabric that I can use, or that I already have. And this one is another possible new start eventually. I think the one that I might start first though is this one called King of Hearts and Stitches by Tiny Modernist. I thought this one was really fun. I love the colors that are in this one, and I might put it on this piece of fabric if it will fit, which is called Lavender Sunset. It's a 28 count. I liked the colors of this, and so I have, you know, fabric for these pieces. And then there was one more that me and my sister both got, which we got a Little House Needleworks, and we both got Hometown Holiday, the bookstore, which looks like this. And I think I have a fabric that is supposed to go for this. I do not know if I got the fabric that I think I might have been planning on putting this on, but I know that I already have, I think I have some 40 count linen that I had used from this piece here, the Zelda, and I think I have leftovers of that, or I know that I probably have some little scraps, you know, just around. Like I had all those pieces I was pulling out for the Enchanted Unicorn, and there were some other fabrics too. So I know that I'll be able to find something for this. And then I got one other piece of fabric, which I thought was really cute. And it is a linen in the color Tropical Pink. So that is everything that I got. Actually, I almost forgot. I have one other thing that I purchased, and that was they had some of the buttons from, what is the company? Just a something button. I can't remember the name of the company. And so I got the buttons that I will need for one of my Halloween charts, which is Esmeralda's Academy of Charms. And so I have all my little buttons, which was very handy and convenient that they had most of them. I had to change some of them. Like, I think I changed the bats. Like, I think they were all supposed to be like the black and gray ones, and I got a couple purple instead just because I like purple. And then I think these spider bodies, there was supposed to be another color and they didn't have it, and so I just got the purple because who's gonna know? No one's gonna know. And that is all of my purchases. And that store, we were in, like I said, 2.5 hours, and I kept grabbing things and then putting things back because I was like, I cannot buy everything, because I had a lot of fabrics picked out. I had a lot of patterns picked out at one point, and it was a lot. So yeah. Anyways, that is all though that I have for this video. It's just going to be a little shorter video of kind of like catching up what has been going on. And then I think in my next video, I am going to work more on the patterns that I wanted to start. So I'm going to work on Halloween Quaker by Lila Studio. I am going to work on the Enchanting Unicorn chart. I'm going to get it started. And I also think that I might start possibly the little bookstore one just because it's so small and so it won't take me that long to stitch it. I also remembered that I have another pattern, which is the Hobbit House. And I also kind of would like to start this one. So next week might be kind of like a new start-a-thon, which like I said, I shouldn't be doing a bunch of new starts, but I'm just in the mood, I guess, for new starts. And then they're all small. Like the real thing that I need to focus on and that I've been doing pretty good on is not starting full coverage because those are the things that I never finish. But little charts I do tend to get finished and they tend to be the ones that I actually hang up. Like I don't think I've ever framed any large full coverage pieces, like Autumn Harmony, still not framed, but the little things I actually do manage to get them hanging up behind me. And so, you know, that gives me more incentive to do them because I know that this piece I will frame somehow and it will be up on my wall. So that's what's going to come up next week, is working on some new starts. I also might have a new knit start if I end up starting that blouse with the pink yarn that I wound up in the previous video. I keep talking about this previous video that I haven't even edited yet, so no one knows about it. So yeah, and then I also need to edit that video. This video, it's fine. But anyways, thank you everyone for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I hope everyone is doing well and is having a good, what are we in, spring or fall if you are in the other side of the world. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!